So I always get asked what's done to this Corvette killer here. It's pretty basic. Pretty basic. Well, so first things first, stock motor, oil pump gear, crank sprocket, and stock transmission, nothing done. We're 25,000 miles now, fourth year racing, getting on this car now, and we used to be Vortec, we're now ESS G3R, 100 mil pulley, 100 mil pulley. We have tried the 90 mil pulley and it just was not very consistent on the 6 rib for me, even on the Grip Tech pulley here. It just, we're just getting things all across the board. Good, bad. When it was good, but when it's bad, it's like, ah. So for the race event and power cruise and stuff, we just rocked the 100 mil pulley. It's a 30-40 roll, bare doo-doo road. It's tough to hook. A lot of 1400 wheel rear-wheel drive guys go out there and they just spin. They don't prep the track like you guys think it is. So everyone's coming out there, I make 2,000 horsepower, race your little Mustang here. You're not going to hook. But nonetheless, let's move on here. Stock intake manifold. We did do the IMRC lockout. Stock throttle body. A custom fuel system now. It's on a brushless fuel pump. You know, we pretty much every event we do about 300 to 400 miles on a 3-mile track. So I really don't take any rest. Car's constantly running for 8 hours every day. So it does get driven out there. Wheels, oof. Wheels, and tires. Mojave, I think that's how you pronounce them. This is actually what we use. 17x7 race stars. I don't think you can buy these anymore. So if you have them, you have them. If you don't, they're kind of rare nowadays. But we've been using the Mojaves for a while, honestly. For my rear tires here, we just got some VMSs and 315/50 17 Street R's. Almost a 30-inch tall tire. It looks like we have been moving, so maybe it's time for a bead lock or some sticky solution on the bead. So good to know. I finally actually marked it at 4 years. I finally marked it, so we will need some bead locks. But going back to this, you can obviously see we have some headers there, full exhaust, valved catback system here. Some basic BMR bread and butter 2 stuff, can't really see too much there, and just rear Viking shocks. We did do 2 3/8 spring spacers and stock spring. Everything up here still stock spring, stock, everything up here. So yes, we use 2 3/8 spring spacers because I do have people in the back seats, and it is fine with no spring spacers with just me driving and racing and stuff. But once you add a passenger and then 2 passengers in the rear, you start to rub, you start to get some crazy things happening back here. This was from the last event. I haven't cleaned that up, but this one was on 1 3/8 spring spacer, and we loaded it up with the Viking shocks. We've been rubbing pretty bad. So for this event, we did 2 3/8 spring spacers, and it did the magic. It was perfect until we threw in the 4th person, and then we started rubbing pretty bad. But nonetheless, definitely 2 3/8 spring spacers back there. So that is it for this Mustang's build, honestly. Like, tuned by Majid, pretty conservative, I would say. Whatever the 100 mil pulley does, I think it's around about 15, 16 pounds of boost. Nothing too crazy. 20 degrees of timing, 7.6 target lambda. So pretty basic, pretty conservative. We could be faster. I don't really care. We just want to be able to run it 400 miles on a 3-mile track in through 2 to 3 days. Like, that's insane. How many back-to-back pulls we do out there. Intercooler, pretty basic, just air to air. Nothing crazy there. Nothing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Full weight. Nothing really to show. I mean, yeah, obviously, people sit in the back seats, so I mean, I gotta have my seats back there. Taking out those seats, it's probably like a 10-pound savings anyways. So I don't know. Other than that, I mean, yeah, that's it. That is the build. It's super basic, you guys. And anyone looking to get into a Coyote platform, I mean, we are on a Gen 3. It's fairly straightforward, fairly simple. Stock motor, stock transmission, about 15, 16 pounds of boost. E85 return fuel system. Pretty basic. Yeah, it's a little different how we've been running it, feeding in parallel there. So you know what you're looking at. You know what you're looking at. Not really going to get too much into it. We're on a DW810 brushless fuel pump. One DW810 brushless fuel pump that powers this whole entire thing. So if we need more, we just add another DW810. And honestly, it draws less amps than 3 525. So I don't understand why people are running 3 525s when you just run one brushless fuel pump. So hey, what do I know, right? So I don't know, just keeping the video short. I know it's nothing too interesting, but for all the new people and everyone wants to know the 2025 season, what I've been running, we've just been running G3R again on 100 mil pulley. So I do have the 90 mil pulley, but like I said, it just wasn't consistent enough for my likings for this event. So peace out.